Hey guys, Alexandra here, and I wanted to re-record the beginning of this video to clarify a few things. So I know I made a video last night, and there was a lot of confusion about it, and we talked a lot about it during the live Q&A that we did, and I know I probably clarified a lot with you guys then, but I know a lot of you guys weren't able to get on then or just didn't get on then, so I wanted to go ahead and clarify things now because I've had a lot of comments, and I know not everybody reads the descriptions of the videos, so I just want to clarify a few things. Okay, so with the BoxyCharm updates, first of all, as far as the name change goes, okay, so the regular $21 BoxyCharm box, the one that you guys have been getting this entire time, you'll get next month, and so on and so forth, that is staying the same. That is going to be $21. It's going to still be called BoxyCharm. You will still be a charmer. That stays the same. Nothing is changing with that. Okay, so apparently they put out a limited edition box. I know a lot of you guys know about that. So when they put out this limited edition box, however many months back ago it was, that was, I guess, a test run trial. So they want to start doing more things like that. So in the fall, so starting this fall of 2018, they will be, and only charmers, only people that are already currently signed up for BoxyCharm will have access to this, but you will be able to get a bigger size box. Now, I don't know what exactly that means, like if it means like you will just pay, you know, $10 or $20 more and get a bigger box, so it's gonna have everything in it that the original BoxyCharm has, you know, and plus some more items, or if that means that it's gonna be a completely separate box, so you pay $21 for BoxyCharm and then, you know, 30 or 40 for the limited edition, you know, box. We don't know. He hasn't clarified on all that. He just said there was gonna be an upgraded box, and that upgraded box is what everybody was voting on the names on. So the names were either Boxy Lux or Boxy Plus. Now, as far as from what I can tell and what I've seen, it looks like Boxy Lux is going to be the name of that upgraded box. So they haven't officially put it out yet and confirmed that, but on, you know, where I saw people voting and everything, and I voted for, it looks like Boxy Lux is winning out by a long shot. So that looks like that will more than likely be the name, but is not 100% confirmed. However, that's the way it's looking, okay? So that's gonna have, that box is gonna have the new name. Now, as far as how much that box is going to be, we don't know yet. It might be, you know, I know people had said, you know, the limited edition box was $40, so it might be $40. We don't know. I don't know if it's going to be, if it's going to be a completely separate box, you know, of the regular BoxyCharm. You know, I don't know if you're gonna, I don't know. We don't know yet. He just said that there was going to be an upgraded box that is all coming from those limited edition boxes that they put out. Everybody's saying they want more. They want to be able to give charmers more products, more bang for their buck, you know, bigger boxes, more stuff. So that's where this upgraded box is coming from. So, you know, I'm hoping that it's just going to be, you know, you pay whatever, $19 more and you get everything that's normally in the BoxyCharm box plus all these extra stuff. I'm hoping that that's the direction they go with this. I don't know yet though. We don't know. So there's nothing 100% confirmed. This is just, you know, everything that we're piecing together from all, I mean, I've got like 5 different videos that Joseph has put out on this information, okay? So that's the first thing. So the regular $21 box is gonna stay BoxyCharm. The new upgraded version, we don't know the price of that yet, will be the Boxy Lux. So that's where the name change is coming in, okay, on that upgraded box. Secondly, if you guys didn't see yesterday, so Cookie sent me a thing that somebody had on Facebook, and I will show you that here. And so that is, somebody basically blew up the skincare products even more than I did, and they think that that little thing sitting next to the skincare products is going to be that Kat Von D. Again, we don't know yet, there's no confirmation, but I did want to throw that out there to you guys so that you have everything that I have. And then as far as the Crown palette and the this Tarte spray and the 2 skincare products. So a lot of people are like, oh, I'm hoping we get both. I heard that it was both. No, it will be one or the other. So it will either be A, the Crown Palette, or B, the Tarte Mist. It will either be, you know, the one skincare Dr. Brandt, or it will be the other one. So it's one or the other. It's not gonna be both. He did 100% confirm that, and I will show you that text message right here, this message. Okay, so it is either or, it's not both. Okay, so that is 100% confirmed from Joseph himself that it's one or the other. Okay, that he is not going to give us 2 spoilers at one time, so it's one or the other. Okay, so that is 100% confirmed. And as far as the Hank and Henry goes, so I did get a confirmation that the Hank and Henry is not going to be in BoxyCharm until September, maybe later, but it's looking September from what he's said. So you know, so it will be sometime this year or sometime in the future, but you know, it won't be till after September or after. Okay, so now that we got that all out of the way, I did also want to say to you guys, if you watched the video on yesterday and entered in the you know what, don't worry, I transferred all your all's names from that video on over to my thing, so don't worry about it, I got you. Okay, so don't worry about that. I did get everybody's name. If you still want to, you know, put a, you know, just to confirm it, and put another one down below this video, that's fine. But again, I do have your names already, and I obviously am not gonna let anybody double entry, so I do double check to make sure that there are no doubles of the entries before I take everything over from that notes page and copy and paste it into the random.org. Okay, so again, don't worry about that. If you already entered, I got you. If you haven't, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about, and it's okay. So if you still want to see my BoxyCharm unboxing and you have not seen it yet, stay tuned. And if you want to see that greenish blue eye look that I've had on in one of my earlier previous videos, please stay tuned. I did use the Alamar palette for that, and I am, that is at the end of this video. So the rest of this video forward is all the same, just this beginning part about the spoilers and updates is the only thing that I am changing. Okay, so I just wanted to let you guys know that. So that's why this video is kind of a little long, because there is a tutorial for the eye look from the Alamar palette, okay? And I think that's all I've got for you guys. So anyways, thank you guys again for watching, and I really appreciate everything. And as always, if you want spoilers even faster than me putting them on YouTube, you can always follow me at the Not So Evil Stepmother, all one word, all lowercase, on Instagram. Okay, bye guys. So obviously I've already dug into my little BoxyCharm box here. So this month was, as you guys already know, the Caribbean theme, the Caribbean Queen theme. Yay. I do love these little pamphlets that they give out, especially with the coupons on the back, and this month it was the Sol de Janeiro coupon, so that is very helpful. And for those of you all that wanted to know, I got variation 1. I always get variation 1. It's so weird. Like, I always get variation 1. It's just weird. Okay, so anyways, getting into our box, and for those of you that are curious, I think my box was 0.9, yes, 0.9 pounds, okay, so 0.9. All right, so the first thing we're gonna talk about is the Baddington lashes. I do have them on currently, and again, if you wanna see how to create this look that I'm currently wearing, stay tuned for that. Okay, so I do like these. They're a little bit thicker. The lash band is a little bit thicker than what I'm used to wearing, so they do take a little time to get used to, but they are very pretty, very full. I have worn them a couple of times already, so they, you know, definitely are very durable. I could see them lasting 25 times, so we will see. And I'm kind of interested in maybe getting another set. They've got the Kennedy, the Earhart. I've seen some really, really pretty lashes that they have, so I might have to check those out. All right, for the next thing, you guys already know. You already know about this, right? Okay, so this is the Sol de Janeiro Bum Bum Cream. After I got a little shower today, I bathed myself in it, basically. I love love the way this stuff smells. Y'all don't even know, or maybe you do now anyways. And I also got my daughter hooked on this too, so we're gonna have a Bum Bum. It's supposedly pronounced Boom Boom Cream, but I feel like Bum Bum is just so much more fun to say. So I'm gonna keep calling it Bum Bum Cream. But anyways, I feel like the Bum Bum Cream, there's gonna be like a serious shortage supply in our household. So, okay. Moving on, so I got the Ofra Long Lasting Liquid Lipstick in Verona. I was gonna wear it, but it didn't really go with this look, so I will show it to you guys. Oh, sorry, I've got a highlighter right there. That was from earlier where I was making my look video for you guys. But there is that. It is a really pretty nude color. Although I have a lot of these brown nude lips, so yeah, a little chunky. And I have wore this already. It did kind of come off as like, I don't know, like almost matte, but not. You know what I'm saying? Like it's weird. It's very weird. Like it still had a little bit of gloss to it, but almost matte finish. It was just very weird, but I do like it, and it definitely is a very long lasting. So Ofra, you put your foot in that, girl. All right, next I got the Jante Blue 903 dark brown eyeliner. Boy, is this puppy sharp. This was sharpened when I got it, for sure. And I will show it to you right there. And just to let you guys know, this does smudge out very nicely. I always check that. So yes, it is very smudgeable, and definitely a sharp tip. So do not put this right in your waterline right off the bat. All right, okay. Next, let's talk about these brushes. So I am going to do a more in-depth tutorial about brushes. You guys already know that is coming next week, so stay tuned for that. But I will talk a little bit about these, so make sure you keep them on hand though, because we're gonna get a little more in depth. So the first one we're gonna talk about is this 516 Duo Fiber Brush. So with this brush, if you feel it and then feel the other brushes, there's definitely a very big difference, and the reason being is because it is a duo brush. What that means is it has two different fibers in it that make up the brush. So it is very spaced apart, and basically it doesn't put on, you know, whatever it is that you're using, blush, highlighter, you know, whatever, it doesn't put on as much. So this is really good if you have like a really strong blush and you just really don't wanna, you know, like just it's really pigmented. So this would be really good for something like that. Or a lot of you guys got that really pigmented contour pure palette, right? This would probably be very good for that too, because it's not going to put on as much of the pigment, and it just really blends it out, because where the bristles are so spaced together, where it has, you know, two different fibers that makes up the brush. Blah. Okay, so I use this as a blush brush, and it worked very, very well. So now let's talk about the Precision Foundation, the Luxie 660. So this I did try with, as you guys know, I don't like using foundation brushes for all of my foundations, especially not my favorite one, but I did try it out with the foundations that I do like, and it was an okay brush. Not my favorite by far. I still like the one that I showed you guys in the Foundation 101 video. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I will link those down below. So anyways, this did, however, where it's kind of like flat, you know, this did work really, really good for contour, especially if you have like a cream contour, like the Hoola Quickie Contour Stick. This worked really well for buffing out that contour and just going straight up. It worked really, really well for that. So I'm just saying, like, y'all, okay, and we'll talk about this again later. And then the tapered highlighter brush. So I did try this for my highlighter. For me, it just didn't pick up enough of that pigment. I like my highlighters like blam, you know what I'm saying? And it just didn't give that to me. And also I like my highlighters, I like a brush that puts on my highlighter a lot more precise. So I like a fan brush, but that's just me. So I really didn't like this for a highlighter brush. I don't really know what I'm gonna use this for. This would probably be a very good powder setting brush for like underneath the eye if you wanna get just a little more precise, because usually I use a very big fluffy brush for setting my powder, and sometimes it would be nice to have a little bit smaller one. So we'll see. I haven't tried it out yet. I will let you guys know when we do our brush video. Okay, now let's talk about this Alamar palette, because y'all just know it is the bomb if you've gotten into it yet. So this thing, the pigment on this bad boy is not one to be trifled with. Okay, so I'm not gonna talk about it too much though, because again, there is a tutorial at the end of this video on how to get this eye look. I call it my mermaid look. So if you guys are interested in that, stay tuned. But now that everybody else is gone and my little die-hard subbies are still on here, we're gonna do a giveaway. Yeah, okay. So I put a thing on my Instagram yesterday asking everybody if they like Tarte or Too Faced better, and Tarte won out, but by not much. It was like neck and neck all day, y'all. So I've got two baggies here, one, two, and basically it starts today, and I will put when it ends down below, and then also in the description. So it's gonna be next Saturday, or excuse me, it's gonna end next Friday at 11 p.m. The drawing is gonna be on Saturday morning. As always, you guys know I will have that video out probably Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, something to that effect. And basically we're gonna have two names. We're gonna draw two names. So the first name that gets drawn is gonna get to pick which bag they want, and then the second place winner will get whatever is left. But it doesn't matter because either bag is awesome. So one is a Too Faced bag and one is a Tarte bag. And let me tell you real quick what is in those. So in the Too Faced bag, I put a Better Than Sex mascara. I told you guys in my last video that that is one of my favorite mascaras, especially for lashes. So I threw that in there for you. And then we have the lipstick that I am wearing right now, which is this one, and it is the Melted Latex lipstick. Okay. And then I have a Natural Eyes palette in there for you. It is a really great palette, especially for beginners. It's got your mattes, it's got a couple shimmers, it's got a little booklet in there. They're all like really great neutral shades, great blending shades. I just really love Too Faced for those colors that they put out in those palettes. It's just, they're great palettes. And like I said, there's like a little booklet inside that will kind of tell you how to achieve a couple different eye looks. So it's just a great palette all the way around. So whoever gets that, you will love it. And then in the Tarte bag, I have a bronzer in Park Avenue Princess, a 12-hour blush in Harmony, a small Amazonian Clay Smart mascara, and then a Color Splash Cocktail Lip Duo from their Rainforest of the Sea collection. Okay, so like I said, to enter to win, all you have to do is be subscribed, obviously, like this video, and then comment down below which bag you would rather have, whether it's Tarte or Too Faced. Which do you prefer, Tarte or Too Faced? Okay, so we're gonna draw two names. Whoever wins whoever's the first drawing, they will get to pick their choice of which bag, and then the second person will get whichever bag is left over. And no matter what bag, you all are winners, because there's pretty awesome stuff in there. I picked them all out myself, and it's all stuff that I have, and you will love it. Okay, so moving on, if you guys want to see the eye tutorial, again, stay tuned because that is going to be next, and good luck. Bye. All right guys, so as you can see, I have one eye done and one eye not done, because I wanted to show you guys how to do this, so don't pay attention to this eye. This is the eye look that we are achieving here, and it is super, super simple. So I figured this would be a really good one to show you guys, and plus a lot of you guys were asking for it. So let's get started. Oh, and I'm sorry, the lighting is just not superb in here. I even like tried to change it, and it's still not as good as I would like it. But oops, we're gonna work with it anyways. So the first thing we're gonna do is put some concealer on our eyes. So I am going to be using the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. And if you don't have this, it's totally fine. Any concealer will work. I know a lot of you guys have Tarte or what have you. And this is about the only time where I will tell you guys a concealer brush is kind of helpful. But if you don't have one, you can just use your finger. I did for years, so like don't freak out. But I am going to be using the Morphe M4 2-1 concealer brush, and basically we're just going to paint some concealer on our eyes. Concealer brushes are really good for doing this and like doing cut creases, but unless you're doing stuff like that, honestly, like I told you guys before, you really don't need a concealer brush. I mean, like, I didn't have one for years. Like, y'all just don't even know. But basically, we're putting the concealer down for a few reasons. Number one, your eyes are not smooth. They have little bumpies on them. And then secondly, my eyes have like little veins. I don't know if your guys do, but mine have like little veins that run across them. So the concealer kind of helps cancel a lot of that out. Okay, now because we have concealer on our eyes and we just put a cream on there, and we're going to be using these shimmer shades. So let's get into our Alamar palette. So because we're going to be using these shimmer shades, we want to basically create a soft base. So we're going to use basically a really good fluffy blending brush. So anything just really good and fluffy that just blends really good will work. So I'm going to be using the Morphe M441, and we're going to go into this Cocoa Taxi. Now, if you have darker skin, I would go into this Cafecito. It just really depends on your skin tone. I have lighter skin, so I'm going to be using the Cocoa Taxi because it's really not about getting color. So we're just gonna just dab it in there, hit our little brush, tap it off, and then we're gonna just start here in the corner. And again, it's not about getting color. We're just kind of creating a powdery base so that when we put these shimmer shades on here in a minute, they will flow a little nicer. So we're just putting it right here on the corner. And then once we got a majority of the color off of our brush, we're going to just slide it forward and do little windshield wiper movements. Just like so. And you guys have no idea how hard it is to do one eye at a time, because like normally when I'm doing my eyes, like I compare one to the other, you know? So this is gonna be different. But I filmed this once already and I had my hand in the way for a majority of it, it seemed like, and then especially when I was doing this eye. And then the other thing was it was really long with both eyes in there, so I figured I would just show you one and then you guys could watch it over again if you needed to. So again, we're just putting some powder on that cream just to kind of set it. You know, and you don't have to use the Cocoa Taxi. If you have another palette at home and you like a different, you know, you've got a more skin tone shade. Again, we're not, because this palette is very pigmented, so we're not putting a ton of color on our brush. Just enough, just to kind of set that cream down, okay? All right, so the next thing we're gonna do, and you don't have to switch brushes. If you don't have another brush and you only have one brush, it's fine. I got something in the corner of my eye. Not good. Okay, so if you don't have another brush, it's totally fine, but I'm gonna be switching brushes. I'm gonna be using a more tapered, it's kind of got a pointy end, blending brush here. It's the Morphe M330. I do really love this brush for things like this and just for blending stuff out. It's just a really awesome brush. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna just put it on one side of our brush, just one side, okay? And we're just gonna get into this cilia right here. And we're really not gonna dig into it that much. We're just gonna, like I said, put it on one, I don't know if you guys can see that, but we're just gonna put it on one side of our brush, okay? And then, so the side that we have it on, we're just gonna paint this on. It's right there on half of our lid, not even half really, just right here in the corner. You know, and I really like this look and decided to show you guys this look because again, I know a lot of you guys were asking for it, but it's also super easy to do. You really don't have to be a eyeshadow professional. Okay, so after we got a majority of the color, pretty much all of it off of our brush, then we're gonna just work it back and forth, just in the top, just on the crease, just work it, work it, work it, windshield wipers. Just again to create, just cover that yellow a little bit and just sure we get it. And if you don't like the way it looks, it's fine. Like, look, we're covering it up, I promise. So it's totally fine. So just a little something like that. I need to go back into it just a tad bit more. I just want a little more green in there. More of that greenish sea green blue color. This is what I call my mermaid look. And then again, dragging it out. Dragging it to that corner. And we're leaving this bottom piece here. See, we're leaving that alone, okay? There's a reason for that. Okay, but if you get some on there, it's totally fine. Don't freak out because again, we're covering it up. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna use the other side of our brush. We're gonna go into this Verdadero. I'm probably saying that completely wrong, but it's all good. So again, we're just putting it on one side and we're doing the same thing. We're just going in on this corner here, just kind of lightly painting that on, just kind of doing a little dabby dabby, you know what I'm saying? And then just kind of blend it out there. And if you go a little too far out or a little too far up, it is totally okay. You can always go back in and clean it up with some concealer when we're done. And plus we're gonna be wrapping this around anyway, so it's totally fine, okay? Just is totally fine. Okay, so once we get a majority of the color off, same thing. We're going to be dragging that forward here a little bit. Oh, my eyes watered. Oh. Okay. All right. See, so it's kind of darker here, darker, and then it goes lighter, darker, lighter, you know, but it's cool, okay? Like I said, if you bring a little too much forward, it's totally fine. Just calm down, okay? Now, we're gonna grab a smudging brush. If you don't have a smudging brush, it is totally okay. When I did this look the other day, because I wanted to try different brushes to see, because I know some of you guys don't have a lot of brushes. So if you guys got this one in your BoxyCharm, this Aesthetica, right? So this one will work too. Just wet it, okay? And when I did this the other day, I just wet my brush. But today, I am going to be using some MAC Fix Plus, mainly because y'all know me. I like to try everything out and see, you know, what works where and what works best, so I can let you guys know, okay? All right, so we're going to wipe my little thing off there. Got a little too much on there. Okay, so we're gonna go into this La Costa and we're just gonna tap it in there first. Just tappy, tappy, tappy. Okay, practice those taps because that's basically what we're gonna be doing on our eye. And then I just smooth it and then tap it because these shimmers sometimes get a lot of fallout. So now we're gonna start in our corner and basically go down and then go about halfway, right where, you know, where it started getting lighter, where it starts getting darker there. We're just gonna go about halfway. Okay, and you're gonna have to get back into it a couple of times. So, oh, my eyes are watering. Alrighty. So we're just kind of pressing that on there. When we get to here, we're just gonna kind of, you know, just kind of line the top of that eye. And again, we're only going about halfway. And I'm gonna do it one more time. Get this blue up here covered just a little more. Just like so. Okay. So anyways, that is pretty much, so you're gonna have like a line, half blue, half this silvery colored white. I even like to maybe smooth it out a little bit. Okay, see? Okay, now we're gonna put that palette down and you're gonna have probably some stuff left on your brush, so you can do one of two things. You can either wipe it off on your hand or you can get, you know, a piece of toilet paper, whatever you want, and wipe that excess that's on there off, okay? Because we're gonna be dragging this across and we don't want any extra on there. Okay, so we're gonna use the same brush that we just put that La Costa on. Again, we need to wipe any excess that was on there off. We're not cleaning it, just wiping any excess off. And then we're gonna drag, start here and drag very lightly. Drag this La Costa into this blue. Just very lightly, like so. And this takes a second to do, so just take your time with it. It's totally fine. But we're just dragging it in there just to kind of make them melt into one another, so we don't have that really defining line. So again, you don't need to push hard, just lightly drag it in. And I feel like I need to drag that aside a little more. This is why I hate doing one eye and then the other, because then it's like, I get the one eye and then I'm like, oh, I should have done a little more. So it looks like I probably need to add a little more La Costa to this side to make them even. Maybe, maybe not, maybe I'm just tripping out, but I'm gonna do it anyways, because I like to be even. I like to have the same amount of shininess on each side. See, I think that looks pretty good. We'll see, I'll probably fool with this 20 more times, but again, I wipe my brush off. And then I'm just dragging this La Costa into this blue just to eliminate that line and give that where it's light to dark like that. And also when like I'm on camera, you guys thought, oh, I had green on, and I didn't, it was this blue. So yeah. Okay, so that's that. I'm gonna put my lashes on and then eyeliner, and I'll be right back, okay? Okay guys, so I just applied my lashes and then I took this Pretty Vulgar because I'm trying to stick with everything that, you know, like I've gotten from previous BoxyCharms so that you guys can do the same exact look. So I used the Pretty Vulgar and this Aesthetica brush to line the top of my eyes with black eyeliner, and now we're gonna work on the bottoms. Okay, so this is super simple. This is probably the simplest part of all of this. So I'm gonna grab a pointy pencil brush. Again, if you don't have one, it's totally cool. Just wipe off this Aesthetica brush that you used earlier to do your stamping and blending. Just wipe it off real good. And then you just wanna use this point here to do what we're doing. So use what you got. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we're just gonna use one side of this brush and we're gonna dip into the Veradero first. So I must need to get on the other side because that's the side I use that on. Just a little bit. Oops, wrong side. I forgot what side I was working on. And then we're just gonna bring this from this corner here and just bring it around about not even halfway, just like part way. Made my eyes water there. I got my lash a little bit. All right, so just part way, not even half, okay? Then we're gonna flip our brush around to the other side and we're gonna get into this cilia here, just a little tappy tappy, and then we're gonna bring it the rest of the way around from where our lashes start. So we're not gonna go all the way to the corner, just from where our lashes start over into that Veradero. And then just kind of run them into one another. So it like kind of goes from light to dark. Know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Okay, so now we're gonna go back in, if I can find my little stampy brush, to the La Costa. And we're gonna do the same thing right on the corner, and we're just gonna drag that into that blue-green color, okay? And then we're gonna make sure we get our corners really good. And then again, just drag it in. And it looks like it came off on my other side. Cause it's like, I've been working on this and then going and doing something else and then working on this and doing something else. I've been walking around with half a face or half an eyes done for like the past hour. That's me. So, look like a weirdo. My neighbors think that I'm crazy, but that's okay. What is that? I don't even know. But again, we're just dragging that in to that blue to where it looks all melted into each other. Okay? And again, then I'm gonna take a little bit of brown eyeliner, that Legenta or something like that. I don't know. I showed it to you in the unboxing, so I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna line the bottom, and that's it. That's all it takes to do this look. And then I'm gonna put a little Too Faced melted latex on my lips, and that is my mermaid look for today. All right, so super simple, you guys, and that is how you achieve this look. Very easy. I hope this helps everybody, and I will see you guys later on tonight.